he said things that I can't repeat in the Voxer because it was very personal and obviously can't use those words. But he was like, there's the before Marley and the after Marley. And you get to decide. I was gonna say choose and decide. That was like, maybe Marley before worked her ass off, and then Marley after is gonna like delegate more to her team. Marley before was like all like this in like the relationship she had around her, and now she's gonna be like this. So it's like really interesting how there's been a lot of like before and after, and I really do feel like when you are focused on your personal development and your growth and who you're becoming, you are always saying goodbye to your former self, and you are always transforming, and like, not that you have to grieve the past, but like you're saying goodbye to it, and you have to like not lock them away, but like you say goodbye to those like previous versions or those past beliefs, and just like, that is no longer part of me. You say goodbye, and like, here's the new. That might be a little too deep, I don't know.
No, like you take your experiences with you. Like, it's not like you're gonna forget everything that happened. You're just building off that and then taking it, okay, I have all this experience, I'm gonna take it and go in this direction now. And then once you're 2 years down the road in that direction, okay, well, I'm gonna take all that experience and now I'm gonna go this way. Because like, staying stagnant, if that's all you wanted, you would have stayed 9 to 5 being a dental hygienist.
And staying stagnant, like, you literally feel like you're dying. Like,
yeah,
we are momentum-based beings. Thanks, Alex Sharfin. Wait, I had something to say to that, because when you said about like you take your experiences with you, that's something that I learned when I was like in high school, first year of university. I went through like a breakup where I was like, okay, I just need to like get away. And I thought, okay, well, I'll go travel to this place and I'll be in a different location. It'll be like so much better to heal what like my breakup that I was going through. And then I was like, oh, this sucks. Like, I'm just in a different location, but I brought my heart with me. Dang it. Like, and then so I was like in a pretty location alone, still sad. Like, it didn't make things better. So it's actually been interesting that I've been home for a long period after traveling. So like, this past year was at least 180 days of traveling. Last year was 180, the year before was 186. And now I've had like a month and a half where I'm like just at home, where I can't escape my heart. I have to deal with the stuff and sleep in my own bed while I do it, which is interesting.
Reaction shots.
Yeah. Say the shark thing again.
Sharks that keep swimming. But yeah, it's like, 'cause when you have momentum, you don't allow yourself that time to process what's actually going on, and then of course, as soon as you stop and think, you're like, oh yeah, all these things have still been happening this whole time. I just was good at avoiding them, and now I have to deal with them.
When my cousin died, my way of coping with that grief was to make myself so busy that I didn't have time to think. So I would work, and then I would either take on like another job or go out with friends, or like, I didn't cope by like drinking or doing like partying, but I was just always busy and always doing things. So I didn't have time to think. And then I actually got to a place where my body like shut down, and I had no choice but to like do nothing but be in stillness and think and grieve. And yeah, with how fast my last few years have been, and now I'm in this phase where I'm like at home, I have nothing but time to think and transform and plan.
Whatever this means.
Plan.
Future.
This is my future. What does that mean? I know, he probably got it from one of my thoughts.
I think it's more to go with the standard narrative of life. You abandon that ship and you jump the ship, abandoning path. Those are the words.
Oh, probably about like being in a 9 to 5, that like I grew up with the narrative of go to college, get a good job, 2 weeks vacation, marry, settle down, have 2.5 kids.
Be a dental hygienist.
Be a dental hygienist, clean teeth all day.
Yeah.
Maybe have a hobby, learn how to play the piano. pick up another language, donate to charity, and then abandoning the path. And then you have like the family around that's like, when are you gonna get a real job? No, my parents were good. They're super supportive, but definitely cautious because they're like, you gonna be okay? You gonna make it? And sometimes I didn't. Definitely not. Earlier this year, I almost went bankrupt. I paid people too much money. I invested in things and had to like pivot.
It's no you and Speed Days. Oh man, we totally gotta make this whole thing into a vlog, like a big ol'. This is so funny. Jake was.
Oh, that reminds me. So one of my friends who works at ClickFunnels, he's like one of the lead funnel designers. His name's Jake. I had talked to him like months before about I really want to speak at FHL. And he's like, I'm rooting for you. And like, he's part of the team that like designs everything. And then I saw him at Offermind and was like, when are they going to announce? Like, don't tell me, but like, when are they going to announce? And he's like, Marley, you know, I rooted for you. Like, he basically told me like I didn't make it. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I was so sad. And then later, actually it was like probably over a month later, then I got the call from Russell. But I had totally written off in my mind. I thought that this was not happening. That like Jake was like, no, you didn't make it. Here it is.
What's up, Marley? How's it going? Are you prepared for 57-ish days?
Yes.
Not enough days of Funaki Live?
Now it's much less.